Oh, I'm so.
All right, welcome to your practice with Alicia. I'm Alicia, and today is about patience. Your journal prompt is to write down, what does patience feel like in my body? What does peace feel like? And then where do I need more patience and peace in my life? So this particular journal prompt is really exciting because yoga allowed me to work through road rage, which is something that I struggled with for many years. And the concept of being in a car where all these other people around me are also in the same plight, we're all trying to get to point B, and have whatever pressure to be on time, or having people in the car or people waiting on us, whatever it is, we're all going somewhere. And it's like, I need to get there faster, or I can't believe you cut me off on my way there. You're somehow keeping me from being at this location. Or there's a potential, you cut me off, you could have caused me to get into an accident. Like, there's so many different things that people are dealing with when they're in a vehicle attempting to make it to point B safely. And so one of the things that I learned was patience through my physical yoga practice. And so we're going to get some of that today. Come onto your mat. We're going to do a little bit different than we usually do. Come to standing in mountain pose. All right. I'm gonna change my angle of my video. This higher angle works. There we go. All right. The lights is low. All right. There we go. All right, don't mind this. This is my husband's. Okay, cool. So for mountain pose, set your feet up so that they're parallel to each other. Grab a block. If you don't have a block, that's okay. Place your block between your thighs so that it's midway between your knees and your crotch, and it's not touching either. Squeeze your block so that the fronts of your thighs press in towards your block. Use the middle thighs, the middle parts of your thighs, and press your block back behind you. So it's almost like you're internally rotating with your thighs. Press down through your feet, and just for a moment, lift up all of your toes and spread them out, like fan them out. From here, inhale, lift your shoulders. Keep your toes lifted just for a moment. Lift your shoulders so your shoulders are directly over your hips. Create that hip and shoulder alignment. And then lower your toes down so that your toes may be a little bit wider than the balls of your feet. From here, draw back through your heels. Keep your feet planted on the floor. And imagine that if your mat was a piece of paper, you would rip that paper in half by drawing your heels slightly apart. But they can't really go apart because you're pressing so much into the floor with your standing upright. So this just works to activate your legs. From here, widen out through your fingers so your palms face the same way that your chest is facing. Inhale, lengthen the spine so you feel a little taller through the very top of your head. Exhale, draw your heels away from each other. Press your block back using your thighs. And slide your shoulders down away from your ears. And just for a moment, without changing the pace of your breath, just notice what's already happening as you're working to do all these things simultaneously. For me, this is what it was like to drive. So I'm driving, I'm holding the steering wheel, I'm pressing the gas pedal, I'm looking at my GPS, I may be thinking about what I have to do when I get to the place I'm going. So there's so many things happening. Can you take a bigger inhale and a slower exhale while you're doing all the things? Make your breath big, in through your nose. Make your breath slow out through your nose. Do that again, in through your nose really big. Out through your nose. Move your block so that your block now comes between your feet. Take either the smallest width or the middle width right between your feet. You choose which width you like. And press into your blocks for the breath of joy. The breath of joy has a lot of components. Here's where you get to focus. Here's where you get to connect to your inner peace. There's 3-part inhales and a big high exhale. The first part of your inhale, your arms go up forward. This will symbolize breathing into the lower parts of your belly. The second part of your inhale, your arms go wide. This will symbolize breathing into and help you visualize the side ribs filling up with breath. The third part of the breath, arms come up. This symbolizes you breathing to the very top of your torso and the top of your lung capillaries. All right, inhale, first part of your inhale, arms forward. Inhale. Inhale, widen your arms. Inhale, reach up to the sky, look up. Take a big sigh out of your mouth, fold all the way forward, make a ha sound. Squeeze your block. Inhale, arms forward. Inhale, arms wide. Inhale, arms up. Big ha, let it out. Inhale, arms forward. Inhale, widen. Inhale, up. Exhale, ha. Inhale, forward. Inhale, wide. Inhale, up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, forward. Inhale, wide. Inhale, up. Big high fold. Inhale, forward. Inhale, wide. Inhale, up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, forward. Keep squeezing your block. Inhale, wide. Inhale, up. Spread your fingers. Let it go. Ha sound. Inhale, forward. Squeeze your block. Inhale, wide. Spread your fingers. Inhale, up. Exhale, ha. Inhale, forward. Inhale, wide. Inhale, up. Exhale, ha. Inhale, forward. You might be feeling warm, that's okay. Inhale, wide. Inhale, up. Exhale, ha. 2 more. Inhale, forward, squeeze your block. Inhale, wide, spread your fingers. Inhale, up, stand taller. Exhale, ha. Last one. Inhale, forward. Inhale, ha, wide. Inhale, up. Exhale, ha. Stay forward. Just enough for you to remove your block. And then bring your hands onto your feet. And for a moment, just have patience. Just touch your feet. Notice what sensations you feel. And move your hands to your ankles, touch your ankles. Walk your hands slowly up your legs. Feeling your legs. Noticing, observing, till you get all the way to stand. Side bend. Inhale, reach both arms up to the sky. Take your right hand, bring it down by your side, and lean over to the right. Turn your left palm to face the floor. Then inhale, lift your chest up so that your left collarbone rolls back, so it reaches up to the sky a little more. Exhale, stay here and soften your shoulders away from your ears. One more inhale, spread your fingers, spread your ribs. Stay here for your exhale. Inhale, reach through your top arm over to the left to help you up. Reach, reach, reach to help you up. Then inhale, both arms reach up to the sky. Exhale, take your right arm over to the left side. Notice this side might feel a little different than the first side. Take a full breath in through your nose. Exhale, stay here and roll your right shoulder back so your collarbone faces the ceiling. Spread your fingers, spread your ribs, take a deep breath in. Stay here for your exhale, slowly lower your shoulders away from your ears, soften your mouth. Then to come out of the pose, inhale, take your right arm all the way up, reach it over like someone's pulling you up with your arm. Inhale, scoop your arms out and up, both arms to the sky. Take a baby back bend, widen your elbows out like cactus, lean back, look up. Inhale, reach up to the sky. Exhale, fold all the way down. Uttanasana, forward fold. In this forward fold, ragdoll, widen your feet a little bit wider than your hips. Take your hands down to dangle or bring hands to opposite elbows. Or take my favorite that I can't do with this brace is interlace your fingers behind your neck and head and let the weight of your arms help you traction your neck. And here, see how much bend you can get in your knees. And when you bend your knees, notice what that feels like. Does it feel more easeful in your back when you bend your knees? Does it feel more easeful in your legs, in your mouth? You can stay here, center and still, or shift your weight from the left to the right. Give yourself your slowest breath you've taken so far in class today. Forward fold twist. So keep yourself folded and take your left hand down onto your mat. It's going to be placed in between your feet, but slightly forward from that space. Place your left hand down. If your hand doesn't reach the mat, then you can put a block underneath your hand to help bring the floor closer to you. So this is your left hand, whichever is the side that's the same as your hand, bend that knee. And then straighten your opposite leg. Take your right hand, if your right hand is straight, if your right leg is straight, bring your right hand to your low back. So this just allows you to notice, what is my pelvis doing in this position? Becoming aware of yourself. And that's really the secret for me from road rage was, what is happening in myself? It's not this person cutting me off that's making me mad. Nobody can make me mad. Nobody can make me upset. What am I doing? What am I choosing? How is my body responding in this moment? So you can stay here for your twisted hand on your low back, or you can reach your top arm straight up to the sky. Wherever you choose to go, inhale, lift your top shoulder up so it's now directly over your bottom shoulder. Stay here for your exhale and spread your armpits away from each other. Lift your shoulder higher. Release your top hand to the floor, switch hands, bend your opposite knee. Straighten the leg that was previously bent and bring your hand to low back. Here's where you get to notice what this side feels like. You get to observe the position. Stay twisted with your hand on your low back and lift your elbow so it points to the sky. You can stay here on your low back or reach up. Inhale, reach your fingers away from each other. Lift your top hand, lift your top shoulder. You can choose where you want to look. Option to look down if your neck feels a little tight today. Option to look up if that feels okay on your neck. Take a deep breath, widen your wingspan, lift up through your top shoulder. Exhale, lower your top arm, switch. Switch your legs, inhale, straighten your arms straight up. Exhale, lower your top hand, switch. Inhale, reach up through top arm. Exhale, lower your hand. Inhale, reach up through opposite arm, switch your legs. Last one, and lower down, exhale, inhale, open up, reach up. Release. Move your block if you had it there for Ardha Uttanasana. Bring your hands onto your shins. Inhale, scoop your chest so far forward that you start to lean forward onto your toes, but with the awareness that your heels can stay down on the floor. So reach forward through your chest, leave your heels down. Take a deep breath in through your nose, like you're doing a cat-cow. Reach your belly down and your tailbone up. Yes, like that. Shift your weight forward. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, stay here, stick your tailbone higher. Reach your shoulders back more. You can stay here, or if you want extra challenge, take a block, bring it between your thighs. Squeeze your inner thighs back. Reach your chest forward. Almost like if you did not have the yoga awareness that you have, you might fall forward like you're falling off of something, like a cliff or a diving board or something. Lean forward like that much. Now your legs are starting to feel something. You can stay here, or you can reach one arm forward at shoulder height. Spread your fingers so your thumb faces to the sky. Exhale, lower your hand back to your shin. Squeeze your block like you want to squeeze it out behind you. If it was slippery like a bar of soap. Inhale, reach opposite arm up, shoulder height. Thumb to the sky. Exhale, lower your hand down. Now a little core engagement. Squeeze your block. Press the fronts of your thighs in towards your block. Inhale, reach both arms up by your ears. Notice the desire to lean back. Lean forward, keep your heels down. Exhale, release, fold all the way down. Chair pose, bend your knees. Reach your hands up together at your heart center for chair. Notice your legs feel something, your back feels like something. Squeeze your block. Inhale, lift your sternum. Exhale, squeeze your block. Chair pose is really the pose that taught me to overcome road rage. It was in this position. I was taking this class with a teacher that I respect. And I remember just being so angry. Like, teacher, get me out of this pose. What are you doing? She started telling a story. I'm like, lady, do you remember we're in chair pose? My legs are on fire.
I could feel the rage building up, the warmth coming up from my legs into my belly, into my face, into my thoughts. It was like that cartoon where you see the steam coming out of their ears. I was so angry. And I realized that's the feeling that I have in road rage. So can you breathe slower right here? And instead of feeling anger, maybe there's an opportunity for gratitude, because there are people in this world who cannot feel their legs, cannot stand if they wanted to, cannot sit in chair if they wanted to. Squeeze your block, soften your mouth. And make your breath bigger. Remember the 3 parts of our torso that we breathed into. Breathe into your low belly. Keep breathing into your mid ribs, spread them out. Keep breathing into your upper torso. Exhale, sit lower. Oh yeah. Inhale, lift your toes off the mat, all of your toes. Exhale, lower only your big toes. Hello, big toes. Inhale, lift your toes up, spread them. Exhale, lower your pinky toes. Hello, pinky toes. Inhale, toes up. Exhale, stand up. Come all the way to mountain. We're back in mountain. Squeeze your block. Bring your arms by your sides and your shoulders down from your ears. Find that similar alignment. Bring your shoulders back so you can feel your shoulders over your hips. Press your inner thighs back so you could squeeze your block back if it was slippery. Draw your heels slightly away from each other so you can rip your mat in half like a piece of paper. So all of your body is working, but keep your face really soft. Make your 3-part inhale. Inhale, low belly. Inhale, mid ribs. Inhale, upper back. Exhale slower than you inhaled. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, low belly. Inhale, mid ribs. Inhale to collarbones. Exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let that go. Remove your block. Thank you, block, for the extra self-awareness. It's really something to switch that anger into gratitude. So for me, while you take a recovery from the poses real quick, shake it out. This is your break. Option to sip some water. The shift for me was, okay, instead of being angry that you cut me off, I'm grateful that I saw you in time. I'm grateful that my brakes work well enough for me to stop in time. I'm grateful that I'm here, even taking breaths. I could be not here anymore. Like some people don't wake up the next day. All right, now that you had your break, the wonderful, the most amazing, the most exciting chair pose. Bring your feet parallel, so no block this time. And you're gonna face the short edge of your mat. Bend your knees and send your hips back into your invisible chair. And so already, now that we've been into this pose for quite a few breaths, there's an opportunity for you to experience some things. Notice I didn't say, I'm making you feel XYZ. You have an opportunity to explore what's coming up for you. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, touch your hands together at your heart center. Shift your weight onto your right leg. Lift your left heel up. And then lift your entire left foot up. Take your foot back into crescent. Widen your foot placement so that your front foot goes over to the right a little bit more. And then set up your back foot so that your heel is over the ball of your foot. Reach your arms up, take a deep breath. Exhale, bend both of your knees a little bit. Stay here, spread your fingers so wide that your palms start to get warm. Take a deep breath into your low belly first. Keep breathing in, spread your ribs out to the left and right. Keep breathing in, widen your armpits. Exhale, slide your shoulders down, bend your knees more. The beauty of our physical yoga is that the poses allow our subconscious to learn something, to notice something. Notice what feelings are coming up for you. Take your 3-part breath, breathing into from the bottom to the top. Exhale out slower than you inhaled. Take 2 more breaths like that. Option to get lower if you want more, bend both knees more. Feel the feelings in your legs. Crescent twist, take your left hand to the floor. Reach up through your right arm. Keep your back knee lifted. And if you want more in your pose, you can take your front foot forward or your back foot back to get lower. Reach your top arm up so your shoulders stack over each other. Spread all of your fingers. Take your 3-part breath. Release. Lower your back knee gently to the floor for half splits. Straighten your front leg. And if you have sensitive knees, you can go ahead and cushion your back knee because we're going to play here for a little bit. I have a handy dandy blanket, but you can use a towel if you don't have a knee cushion. Or if you don't have anything but your yoga mat, you can fold your yoga mat over and double the cushion. Half splits. Set your hips up over your back knee, even if that means scooting your foot forward a smidgen. Then take your hands to frame your front foot. Inhale, flex your toes back and reach your chest forward. So just like we did in Ardha Uttanasana, stick your tailbone up and your belly down. Fatima, reach your belly down and your shoulders back just a little more. Tailbone up a little more behind you. There it is. Take your 3-part breath. Inhale from the bottom to the top. I like to imagine that I'm filling up a container, some type of carafe or canteen. Whenever you fill up a container with liquid, it always goes to the bottom first. So inhale into the bottom of your container and fill it all the way up to the top with breath. Low lunge. Shift your weight forward, bend your front knee. And you can have your hands stay on the mat. You can bring your hands to your thigh. You can reach up. So having your hands up above your hips can give you access to a little more hip opening. So if that feels okay for your back knee and your shoulders, then bring your hands above your hips. Keep your fingers active, spread them out, and then fill up your container slowly and patiently from the bottom to the top with breath. Then empty out from the top to the bottom, soften your shoulders, down from your ears. Half splits. Shift your weight back, flex your toes back. Inhale, re-scoop your chest forward and stick your tailbone back behind you. Spread your toes. Exhale, stay here in this position, but just lower your chest. Yeah. Low lunge, shift your weight forward. Send your pelvis down. And for this time, bring your hands to your sacrum. So it's like having your thumbs along your spine and your fingers towards your hips. Squeeze your elbows and press your tailbone down. So you're using the heels of your hands to tilt the low back towards the mat. Inhale, lift your chest up. Exhale, release that. Vertical splits. Shift your weight onto your right leg. Lift your left leg up to the sky. And your leg may not go in the place where you think a vertical split should, quote unquote, look like. But this is a place to explore. Remember that just like in our drive from point A to point B, there's a journey, there's a process. So right here, lift up through your top leg, spread your toes. If you want to challenge, you can bring one hand to your ankle. If you want to play, reach your leg up. Option to bring your second hand closer to your foot, or maybe both hands to your ankle. Release. Forward fold. Shift your weight left and right on your forward fold. Kind of like you're in ragdoll. Hands can be down by your sides, opposite elbows, or even behind your neck and head. Adjust your feet so that your feet are parallel to each other. Chair pose, bend your knees. Come all the way up to your favorite chair. Inhale, lift all of your toes off the mat. Lighten your elbows. Exhale, lower your toes, lift your heels up, and take your arms back like your cape. Da da da, super yogi. Lower your heels. Inhale, lift your arms, lift your toes. Exhale, lower your toes. Super yogis, take your cape back behind you. Inhale, lift your toes up. Last one. Sit low in your chair. Exhale, take your arms behind you. Super yogi. Lower your heels. Lift your right heel up. Float your entire foot back into crescent warrior. Widen your front foot over to the left. Reach your arms up. Notice and feel for a stretch in your toes, in the back toes. I never thought about it until yoga, until I started taking yoga consistently. But shoes were invented. Our feet weren't originally designed to be cramped up in shoes. So notice how interesting it feels to stretch your toes out. Take a deep breath in, fill your container from the bottom to the top. Exhale, bend both knees. Notice, observe. Notice what's happening. Notice what is going on in your body, what feelings, what temperature, what tenseness. Use your breath. Fill your breath up like a container. Yoga literally taught me that nobody can make me mad, not even my husband. I choose to be happy when he gives me kisses. His kisses don't automatically make me happy. And the same thing goes for any other emotion. Bend your knees a little more. Take one more breath in to fill your container from the bottom to the top. Exhale, twist, take your right hand down, reach your left hand to the sky. So this is twisting towards your front leg. So now your chest is facing your front leg. Yeah. Roll your top shoulder up so your shoulders are stacked directly on top of each other. So shoulder up and back. Spread your fingers wide. Lift your top shoulder. Spread out between your collarbones. Make your next two breaths even bigger, slower. Release, half splits. Lower your back knee, straighten your front leg. Adjust so that your hips are over your back knee. Flex your toes. Inhale, scoop your chest forward and your toes back. Exhale, lower your chest. So you feel your hamstring. Hello, hamstring. If it's within your reach, as a bonus, give your knee a little kissy. This is the only right knee you ever get unless you buy another set. Low lunge. Bend your front knee. Option for arms can be on leg, can be up. Fill up your container with your breath. Inhale to the bottom first. Use your exhale to soften your shoulders down, soften your mouth. Sit here for another 3-part breath. Fill the bottom up all the way to the top. Half splits, straighten your upright leg. Inhale, scoop your toes and chest towards each other. Stick your tailbone back behind you. So tilt the front of your pelvis down a little more. Exhale, lower your chest. I like to take a big yummy sigh, so if that feels nice, go ahead and let something go. Low lunge. Inhale, bring your hands up. Exhale, half splits. Inhale, scoop your tailbone up. Exhale, lower your chest forward. Low lunge, hands on sacrum. Bend your front knee, bring your hands to your low back, and help your tailbone get a little closer to your mat. Squeeze your elbows together. Press your low back to the floor. Soften your mouth. And notice you might feel something magical happening in your right psoas. Hello, right hip flexor. Vertical splits. Shift your weight into your right leg. Lift your left leg up to the sky. Notice
what's happening. Remember that as we journey from point A to point B, we have opportunities to experience things along our way. And this pose is something that you get to experience. So instead of having expectations for the pose, judgment for the pose, just be here with your breath, filling up from the bottom of your container. Soften and slow exhale. Release. Forward fold. Take your rag doll, choose your arms. Shift your weight left and right and notice the experience that's happening in your hamstrings. Notice what's happening in your mouth. Yogi squat. Lower your hips. Lift your chest. Take a deep breath to lift your sternum up. And then exhale, slide your shoulders down. Release, lay on your back. When removing pose, take your right leg, hug it in, stretch your left leg nice and long. Roll your right ankle 3 times in both directions. Take a deep breath in and press your belly out, your low belly, so that it can touch towards your right thigh. Exhale, hug your right thigh into your low belly. Stay here, press your shoulders to the floor. Supine splits. Take your hands to your foot or your leg. If you have a strap, you can bring a strap around the sole of your foot. If you have a cloth belt, you can hold the belt. Inhale, flex your toes towards your face. Exhale, draw your leg just a little bit closer to your face. Happy baby. Take your right hand, connect it to the inside of your right foot, and bend your knee down and out to the right. Fill up your container with your breath from the bottom to the top. And then see if you can press down your straight leg closer to the floor. Reach out through your heel. Twist. Take your right knee across your body. Widen your arms out like a capital letter T. One of my favorite pranayama is the humming breath. And this humming breath allows you to create a self-soothing for your own
central nervous system. So take a deep breath in through your nose, fill them up from the bottom of your container to the top. With your lips closed, make a humming vibration. Do 2 more like that. Inhale from the bottom to the top, and then exhale with the vibration. Bring your low back to the mat. Straighten your right leg. Bend your left leg in. Throw in removing toes. Roll your ankle 3 times in both directions. Inhale, press your low belly into your thigh. Exhale, hug your thigh into your belly. Stay here, press your shoulders down to the floor. Supine splits. Take your hand to your foot, or ankle, or calf. Straighten your leg up to the ceiling. Inhale, flex your toes. Exhale, bring your leg a little closer to you. Notice your face, notice your mouth. Soften your face. Half happy baby. Bend your knee. Connect your hand to the sole of your foot and bend your knee out to the side. Straighten your bottom leg away from you so it gets a little closer to the floor. And fill up your container with breath from the bottom to the top. Twist. Take your knee across your body. Widen your arms out like you're spreading your wings. Take 3 of your most enjoyably vibrational humming breaths as a way to massage your internal organs, your bones, your ligaments, your tendons. Deep breath in from the bottom of your container. Make your last one your biggest breath of the day. Bring your love back to the mat. Hug both knees into chest. Give yourself a loving and compassionate hug. It's the type of hug that you would give someone you care about very much. Someone you love, someone you would desire to have peace. Someone you would desire to have patience with. Give that type of hug to yourself. Give yourself one enjoyable vibrational breath in your hug. Right now, in your hug, you are hugging someone you love very much. You are hugging someone you care about very much. You are hugging someone that you desire to have peace in their life. You are hugging someone that you desire to have patience with. That is you. When you have those things towards yourself, it's easy to give it to others that you care about. Shavasana. Take your Shavasana however you choose. You can take your legs up the wall. You can lay out flat on your back. And for just a moment, allow your body to get heavy in your legs. Let the weight of your ankles, your knees, your butt cheeks feel so effortlessly heavy that if you were in the stand, it would make a body print. Soften your belly. So that any idea of holding it in or sucking it in is completely far away and your belly can relax. Soften your shoulders so your arms effortlessly rest on the earth. Let your head feel completely supported by the ground. Inhale for 5, 4, fill up the bottom to the top. 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Patience happens within before it can ever happen outside of ourselves. right now in this moment, how can you have patience? How can you have peace with your physical and non-physical self? Maybe it's just releasing any gripping in your hip joints, your mouth, or even between your eyebrows. Bring your breath to fill up the bottom of your container all the way to the top. And slowly exhale, wiggle your toes and fingers. Hello, toes. Hello, fingers. Roll to one side and make your way gently to seated. Be patient with yourself and keep your breath going from the bottom to the top. When you exhale, take your breath from the top to the bottom. Today we practiced challenging positions, holding in those positions. And those are the similar challenges that we experience whenever impatience shows up. We might be feeling stuck somewhere in a challenge. We might be feeling like, oh, let's just get to the next thing in a challenge. And so today in our physical bodies, got to experience breathing through the challenges in a way that gives access to the patience that we already have inside of us. So today I invite you to take away that you already have access to patience within you. So the next time there's an opportunity to practice that, when someone thinks that they can make you mad, sad, happy, late, stressed, make you fill in the blank, you have the opportunity to fill your breath in the bottom of your torso all the way up, because you know you have access to your own inner patience. And we'll seal in your intention for patience in your day, maybe the rest of your week, month, maybe this is your intention for the year. To seal it and take a deep breath in. Exhale softly through your nose. The light in me honors, appreciates, and loves the light in you. Namaste, Ashe, and Amen. Grab your journal. Write down 3 things that came up for you today, physically and non-physically. That was intense.
That was very intense. I was thinking, Alicia's trying to kill me over here. No, it was good. It was very intense. Very, very intense. Let's see. I wrote down the three the three physical. My legs were burning. And but I held in there. There were a couple times I wanted to say, you know what, I'm just gonna come out of this pose for a second, but I didn't. I stayed in it. Um, I think it was my right side, my right leg, when we were in lunge with my right leg forward. I could just feel it shaking, shaking, shaking. And then I started feeling angry. That feelings of anger came up, right? And I was angry with myself. Like, why is this so hard? Why is this so
Mhm.
and I just breathe through it, let it go, you know, and that's just what it was. So let's see, the
Ain't
non-physical,
that crazy?
that's
Like the
crazy.
anger emotion itself,
Mhm. Yeah.
having like, wow, you had access to that. Like,
Yeah.
people try to figure out how to make themselves happy all the time. How do I get this and how do I do that? And it's like
Mhm.
literally have the ability to use your physical body and
Mhm.
create this feeling, this emotion that,
Yeah.
you know, is mysterious to so many people. So yeah, that's
Mhm.
huge. And then
Yeah.
to work through that in the moment is huge. Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome. That's a
And then
huge
I
win.
find, because I'm the type of person, I don't like to get angry if I don't have to, you know. I'm pretty much a happy-go-lucky person. So it was interesting because like that feeling of anger came up, and then it actually gave me a sense of power. Like sometimes you have to dig deep and you have to get angry to get that power, to get that courage. So that's kind of what I was feeling. Then I was like, I'm not gonna stop. I'm not gonna stop.
Yes. You rocked it.
Oh my gosh. But the first, and it was really, this past week was really challenging. I missed class last week because I was in Georgia at my mom's house. And that was an interesting time because my uncle passed, her baby brother. And so my mom was like, she's one of those like backseat drivers, but on the passenger side. And oh my gosh, watch this car, watch that car, watch this, slow down, slow down. And I was like, you do realize I have a driver's license, don't you? Like, and then I'm like, I said, Mom, you have my neck and my shoulders tense. Like, just stop, just stop. And she said, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I don't know why I do that." She said, "I don't do that when I come out to California to visit you." She said, "But when you're here, I feel like you don't know what you're doing." I'm like, what? So it was that, and then just like that tension in my body, and I started to feel some of that when we were holding those poses. That tension would come up, that anger. So it was interesting how I was able to see both sides, and then having the patience with my mom, having the patience with myself, and doing the pose. Those are the things that came up for me today.
Yay, that's huge. Yes, I'm so, first of all, amazed at you because, I could tell you were like, oh no, what you doing here? Like, you like, me, you like kind of look at the screen, like, is she for real?
I know. I was like, wait a minute.
And
This is
I was
what I
like, you
get when I
know
come by
what? Because
myself.
I knew we were gonna be intense today. I was like, I'm gonna do it along with you. So she's like looking over, like, okay, she's still in there too. Okay. And yeah, having that ability, because I've really been doing a lot of journaling and reflection. And it's like,
Mhm.
these are real things that yoga has helped me overcome. And I made a promise like back in the day to God. I was like, if I survive lupus, I promise I'm gonna tell people how I was able to overcome so many things. So you're welcome. Oh God, thank you.
Thank you.
I'm so glad I got to see you today. And let me know, did you have any questions about today's practice or about yoga in general?
No, not really. No. I just need to make sure I'm sticking to my daily practice, just it's so easy, right? Like it's easy to get up in the morning and do my gentle stretches and my meditation, but to really do practices where I'm challenging myself. So,
I mean, and challenge can be different.
it's different.
For me,
Yeah.
I did a physical asana. Today was really nice, but not every day do I do a
Yeah.
rigorous practice,
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, and I really like being a student. Like I drive for, however long it takes me to get to the studios, or I can just be a
Hmm.
student and just
Hmm.
zone out and just be in that space. So I
Yeah.
definitely recommend, because I know you're in Cali. There's yoga, you
Oh
could
yeah.
throw
Oh
a
yeah.
flower and hit a
Oh,
yoga
oh
teacher.
yeah. I do. So I visit different studios. There's some classes that I enjoy in the park when the weather's nice, stuff like that. And it's so funny because I'm sitting here saying to you like, Alicia's trying to kill me, and that's what my students say to me.
Yes, that's funny. It's like we're better for it. We're better for it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, it's so good to see you today. And it's always a pleasure to talk to you. And I'm loving the gravity defying hair.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Is that a pink shirt that you have on?
It's kind of orange. Yeah, it's
Okay.
orange. Yeah,
I
yeah.
had a pink ensemble today, and I just wanted to
Oh,
acknowledge that I'm rocking your color, because it's like
yes.
what you have all in the
Yes,
background.
all the pink. Yep. Love it, love it. I love the yellow glasses too.
Thanks. Yes, I need to get some new red ones, because my red is my color, and it just
Hmm.
happened to be
Hmm.
scratched. So
Yeah.
coming soon, coming soon.
All righty.
All right, Miss Fatima. So good to
Thank
see
you.
you.
Good to see you too.
All
And
right.
I'll
Bye
see you next week.
bye. I'll
Bye.
see you then. Oh, quick before we go. On the International Day of Yoga, we will not have sessions. So I
Okay.
highly encourage, if you can, go somewhere in person for
Yeah.
an International Day of Yoga practice. Connect with like physical communities so you can
Oh
touch
yeah.
people. On
Hmm.
that is the 21st of June.
Hmm. Hmm.
So that's 2 weeks from now.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Will do.
All
All right.
right. See ya.
All right.
Have a great
Thanks.
day.
All right. You too. Bye bye.